Good evening, everyone, to the January Planning Commission meeting of Falls Township. Let's start with a salute to the flag, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Binney, can you call the roll, please?
Mary Leschuk.
Present.
Colin Henderson.
Present.
John Haney.
Present.
And Brian Binney's present.
All right, the first item we have is to have the reorganization of the board. With that, I'll take motions.
I'll make a motion to appoint John Haney as chairman.
I'll second that.
Mr. Binney, poll the board.
Mary Leschuk.
Yes.
Colin Henderson.
Yes.
I'm a yes. John Haney.
Yes. With that, I'll make a motion to appoint Colin Henderson vice chairman.
I'll second.
Mr. Binney, poll the board.
Mary Leschuk.
Yes.
John Haney.
Yes.
Brian Binney's a yes. Colin Henderson.
Yes.
With that, I'll make a motion to appoint Mary Leschuk as assistant secretary. Oh, I'm sorry. Except the, well, we can go with that one.
Yeah, go ahead with it. I'll second.
All right. Mr. Binney, poll the board, please.
Colin Henderson.
Yes.
John Haney.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Mary Leschuk.
Yeah.
And finally, appoint Brian Binney as secretary.
I'll second.
Mr. Binney, poll the board.
Mary Leschuk.
Yes.
Colin Henderson.
Yes.
John Haney.
Yes.
Abstain.
All right. With that, I do want to thank, real quick, Robert McTague, who was with us last year. He's going to go on with the township to work in another capacity, another board. So just want to thank him for the last year for coming out. We appreciated it. All right. With that, we'll go on to item number 1. B&J Group, 1001 New Ford Mill Road, Morrisville, PA. TMP number 13-051-001-001 for preliminary and final land development.
Good evening. Kim Freemuth here from Spruce Law on behalf of B&J Group and Yookel Inc., which is the legal owner of this property at 1001 New Ford Mill Road. I had thought we were here less than a year ago, but apparently we were here over a year ago, year and a half maybe, with a sketch plan for this application. We are proposing, this property is an existing industrial building at 1001 New Ford Mill Road. It's approximately 178,000 square feet today, and it's operated by B&J Group. They've been operating there for over the last 10 years, and they have a warehouse and distribution use where they package, ship, and store materials in the chemical industry. They are proposing 3 building additions to the property, totaling 56,840 square feet. You can see those on the plan up on the screen. They're shaded in darker areas. The L-shaped addition is for non-flammable storage area, and then the addition to the rear of the building will be for flammable materials, and we've had to separate the additions because of an existing firewall within the building to keep those chemicals, the flammable versus non-flammable chemicals, separated. So that's why they're in 2 different areas. There is a green roof proposed in connection with the additions, and we are adding an infiltration basin or stormwater basin to address the additional impervious. Since we've seen you, we did go to the zoning hearing board and receive relief to increase the impervious surface on this site. So that is part of the reason for the delay. Now we're ready to move forward with the project. The plan is the same, I believe, Wayne, as when you saw this last, no changes substantively. We do have some review letters that we have received. They are all will comply items. We are seeking 3 waivers. I don't know if you want to go through these letters in detail at all.
Just, Rick. Just whatever you're requesting exemptions for is fine.
So we're going to comply with these letters. We believe our engineers have spoken to Mr. Jones, and we believe we can work through all of the comments In his letter, we do have a traffic letter that we need to address, and the fire marshal has indicated he has no comments. There are 3 waivers that we are seeking that you should be aware of. We did submit a waiver letter, but we do need to supplement that with 1 additional waiver based on Mr. Jones' letter. So we will be seeking a waiver from section 191-8 of the Saldo to combine the preliminary and final plan review process and submit a preliminary final plan. That's the one that was not included in our original request. I think that's probably the easiest of the 3. Then we're seeking a waiver not to require street trees along New Ford Mill Road. There's an existing PICO easement with high-tension wires in that area that we'd like to avoid providing the street trees in that area. And then the 3rd waiver is to allow greater than 20% of the wetland margin to be disturbed due to the location of the existing building, the interior building design, and the required connections to proposed addition C, which is the addition in the rear of the building. Did I change this? Thought so.
By the rear, you mean to the bottom of the plan?
Yes, the bottom of the plan. That's the addition with the green roof as well.
And what is the percentage of the margin that you're gonna disturb?
Wayne, I'm gonna have you come up and speak to this one in more detail. I think, Joe, you had indicated in your letter that you didn't have a concern about that waiver, if I
That's
recall
correct.
correctly.
Try to zoom in, but instead.
I just need a number, I don't need a big explanation.
He has to find it, I think.
Ratio is 71.2%, so we're disturbing about 39%.
He said we're disturbing 39%?
Yes.
29, correct?
29, yes.
29.
Okay. Thank you.
I have one question in regards to the basins of the wetland due to basically the product is gonna be in the building. Is that basin, can that be shut down if, say, there's per se an accident or a leak where some of the chemicals may go to drainage within the building or outside the building? Is there a way to shut that so it doesn't come to the wetlands, which is I think to the south of the building?
The basin itself is in the other direction.
Okay.
So it would drain back from the site and not towards the wetlands.
Okay, cool, thank you.
And correct me, you said you would work through the Remington Vernick engineer, traffic engineer's plan?
Yes.
Their only substantial comment at this time was to show the increase in traffic. And honestly, there is no additional employees proposed. We don't believe there's going to be an increase in traffic.
Okay.
Though based on the square footage, it'll show some number of theoretical increase.
A whole lot less traffic than when it was a can company.
Yeah.
And this is really just to accommodate B&J Group's existing customer base and provide more storage for their existing customers.
Anyone else have any questions or comments from the board?
I have none.
Is there anybody?
Is there anybody public comment from Zoom? No. Thank you. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll recommend approval for the preliminary and final land development application for B&J Group Edition, 1,001 New Ford Mill Road, TMP number 13-051-001-001, based on the Remington Vernick's letter dated January 5th, 2023, with the compliance of any future fire marshal requests, with the waivers in section 191-8, 191-48A, And on the addition, C, section 191-52.1, B8A.
I'll second.
Mr. Benning, poll the board, please.
Mr. Henderson?
Yes.
Ms. Leschuk?
Yes?
I'm a yes. Mr. Haney?
Yes. Thank you.
Very much.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, next item is item number 2, approval of the minutes from December 22nd, 2022. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as printed?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
All right,
All in favor?
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, take a motion to adjourn. All in
I'll make a
favor?
motion. Aye.
Aye.
Have a good night.